G'day, I'm Andy Scott, publisher with Smart Property Investment, and welcome to Property Hunter.
Finding the next area that's set to boom is always near the top of any property investor's list when they're looking for their next purchase. But that's only half the story. As any professional buyer will tell you, no two properties are the same. Even seemingly identical looking ones situated on the same street will have subtle but distinct differences. And it's these differences that can have a massive impact on whether you've picked up a great asset or lumbered yourself with a lemon. In this show, Smart Property Investment takes a professional buyer through a property and gets them to cast their critical eye over the place. This week, we're in the suburb of Raby. Garth Mikowski from Dugmore Harcourts tells us more.
Raby is really centrally located in terms of the southwest growth corridor in Sydney, which is where all the talk is about redevelopment and the housing boom that currently we're experiencing with new housing. And that area sits just to the west of Raby, and it's pretty much the next regional area of farmland that's all been redeveloped, cut up, and new housing precincts are coming up like Oran Parktown and Gregory Hills and areas like that. So as a result of all this redevelopment, we're seeing a really large migration of people, population growth. We're seeing commercial industry grow as well within our market. So we've got some booming commercial parks. We're seeing a lot of big manufacturing and transporting businesses relocating to our area, which in turn provides terrific employment opportunities for mums and dads that are living here.
Now let's meet our property hunter.
I purchased my first property when I was 19, which is back in 1993, and my current portfolio stands at 45 properties. But overall for clients though, we've bought well over 2,000 properties.
So here we are, Todd, into the property. First impressions, seems
Nice.
quite bright and airy.
Yeah, it's good. Nice, neat, tidy. It's had a makeover, renovation done on it. A few things here and there, and we're going to point a few things out as we go through.
All right, well, let's do what we always do and peel left. See what we got first. Is this the master bedroom again?
Master bedroom.
Quite bright in here.
Yeah, neat and tidy. I think it's enough for this price point.
Okay.
Yeah, most definitely. Bedroom 2, dark and small.
Because obviously they've done work here. The edging looks nice around the door. They've done that, given a lick of paint. These are new. Are these things that are they adding value to the property? Are they seeing something that you think this is something that I will be able to unsell, or is this? Do you think they've overcapitalised here?
Okay, so one thing when I look at properties like this, I wonder who's making the profit here. Okay, so is the vendor making the profit by doing the renovations first and then capitalising on that? And are we just walking in and they've made all the money, we're not going to make anything? When you get renovations to this extent, you've got to check the quality of the workmanship, okay? And we're going to point out a few things in here that are just, and you really need your building inspector to have a really good look over a few things.
Okay, so here we've got the third room, again, smallish.
This is a single at best. As an investment property, this is going to pull minimum rent, even though it's renovated, because families are going to see past all that. So, and now tell me if I'm wrong, can you smell a little bit of dampness in here? And it's because there's not a lot of light. There's not natural light coming through. We've got trees, we've got fences, we've got a pergola out here. And the other thing we've noticed is if we do a bit of this on the floor, we feel like we're bouncing, we feel like we're on a trampoline.
Yeah, the whole thing is rocking, isn't it?
In between this room and that room. So, yeah, there's some fundamental issues here underneath. So, we really need to have our building inspector to get in underneath, have a good look and see why is this floor bouncing? What's going on there? Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that.
You mentioned building inspectors and other sort of professionals a couple of times. Are they, as a professional buyer, are they key people for you to rely on, to use, to, I suppose, take your instincts and get someone who really knows what they're talking about to look in and find out stuff for you?
Absolutely. Whenever I'm going to a new area, I will get sample reports from every pest and building inspector that is around, okay, and I'll get their reports and they take the name and address off. I want to see how detailed their reports are. So I want to see that they've got photos in there. I want to talk about every single room. I want to get under the house. I want a report that's nice, thick and juicy, that'll look at little things and go, oh look, you know, there's a bit of a crease in the paintwork in here. So, and they make them actually look a lot worse than they are, but I want to see the most detail I can possibly get so then I can make the most informed decision.
Yeah, sure. And is that again about helping you, making sure you're picking up things that are either A, generally under market value,
yes,
or things that you think you can push down under market value?
A bit of both. With our contracts, whenever we put contracts in, we have an extra annexure that we put on with every single contract we run with. And part of that is that We don't do building and pest inspection reports that are structural reports. We do the report so that we're satisfied with the report. So it's a satisfactory report. Now, in doing so, it means that anything that comes up that we don't like, we can actually go back and renegotiate on, or we can pull out of the contract on. Okay, because of just small things like that.
And is that something sort of anyone could do?
Anyone can do that, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
A bit tougher in really hot markets where real estate agents won't take that or vendors won't take that, but if you're in a bit of a cooler market, prices are down a bit, yeah, most definitely, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the bathroom's right over the way, Todd.
On appearances, really nice. It's done well. It's an old bathroom done back up with the louver windows. And what we've got a wooden floor with a wooden floor, wooden frame. We're starting to see in through here, cracking through all the mortar already coming through. It's because there's so much give, and that will come. It's already coming down through here, here, and that will follow all the way through. And you're going to have water issues that are coming through here.
Okay, and that's just because the frame is a wooden frame house.
Yeah, they flex. Or you felt they flex when we bounced on it a couple of minutes back. So
is that fixable? Is
yes.
Is there a way that you can do
that's
that?
Fixable. That can be siliconed up to fix up. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Is this something that you would use as leverage on this property then? So look, I need to spend serious money here to get these things fixed up.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, let's keep looking around. Now we're through to the kitchen. So often the heart of the home, that the big one that renovation people talk about. What again? Look, first appearances, it looks clean, nice, neat, new, tidy. What do you see?
Look at the size. But we have a reasonable size home, you know, like it's not too bad. We've got another bedroom that they've done a garage conversion, so this is supposedly a 4-bedroom house, or converted 4-bedroom house. Yeah, this is not a 4-bedroom kitchen. It is tiny. 2 people cooking in here would struggle, really would struggle. I don't know that this is a really good use of space. We've got a little bit of uneven floor here, so we've got some cupboards up here and leaning out and all sorts. You're probably going to get a bit of uneven doors coming soon because of the uneven floors. And you get that a little bit with wooden floors. They're never perfect when they're an older house like this that's renovated.
Yeah, sure.
But one thing that we really need to point out here is we've got this skylight here. I don't even know how to describe what that is. So it's got that tough block sunshade stuff on it. They've just simply cut a hole through the tiles.
So that's the insulation?
That's the insulation hanging out. Now look at that beam across there, it's cracked as well, that first beam that's running across. There's integrity on the roof structure. Has it been compromised? There's things like that. So a building inspector has to spend quite a lot of time in the roof here just to find out what's going on.
Because you're mentioning a lot of red flags here.
Yeah.
To me, at what point do you go, no, that's it, it's too many, I've got to go? At what point do you go,
for me,
it's salvageable, there's something I can do about it?
For me, this is already too many. Okay, so
okay.
Yeah, so this is a vendor who's looked at this and said, I'm going to do a renovation job and I'm going to do it nice but on the cheap and do things. I'm going to do a lot of it myself, and you can see by the mistakes that have been done. They're not quality tradespeople that have been used here. Yeah. You know, things like that, the flooring, you know, you can in the bathroom, things like that. You can just see it, and there's too many. So that's what we see now. What don't we see? Okay, so what are we already missing? And then there's probably things here that, you know, when you spend time here, you will find things that are actually wrong with the property.
Is there ever a point where you would go, okay, or is it just seems too much of a money pit?
Everything has a price. Yes, in the right market, if I could get this at the right dollars and had my building inspector out here who actually sort of priced up some stuff for me and said, look, you know, this is the sort of money you're going to need to spend, then I'm going to put another at least 50 to 70% on top of that. Okay, and then if I can get that and a bit more off the price, yes. Would it happen a lot? Not a lot. Someone who's done a renovation like this isn't financially crippled. You know, they're not desperate to get out on the property. They've actually had the capital to put into doing these renovations. So they're trying to make money on the renovations. So, you know, they financially strapped? Probably not. So they probably won't take that discount.
Okay. All right, well, let's look at the few remaining rooms in the house, see what else we can see.
This is, I think, what they call their dining area.
It's a funny shaped room.
It's very oddly set out.
Is this the result of someone who's taken a property and it's looked probably quite different internally and they've
changed walls?
Yeah, basically a potential investor who's gone, I'll move the walls around, I'll change stuff, I'll try and open up rooms and spaces and try and make it better, and you just feel it's just not worked.
It hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. The thing about it though is when you walk in, the property actually, you know, from appearance, looks quite nice.
Absolutely.
To the untrained eye, it looks quite nice, and they will walk through and they will probably pay you a premium for it and then realise their mistake after they move in.
I guess one of the few remaining rooms in the house. What have we got?
Don't know. To be honest, I almost think that the kitchen was out here at some stage, and they've actually moved it into there and made this another lounge room, kids room area, and yeah, it's strange, it's odd, it's a funny layout. And we've also got some uneven tiles here, again from the wood floorboards. You can see it, there's a bit of a feel, you can almost feel like you're sort of falling. And we come through into here.
What's this room here?
Well, this is the garage conversion.
So the garage on the front?
Yeah, the roller door is on the other side of that wall. And we actually have, like you just felt,
yeah,
when you walk through here, you sort of, whoa.
There's a real noticeable slope on this.
Very noticeable, very noticeable. There's something fundamental wrong here. So they've made this as apparent fourth bedroom. Not a lot of light again that comes through the room. Obviously we're down, we've got a nice high ceiling, but almost get that sense of moisture or mold or dampness you can feel that's in here.
All right, Todd, so we're back again from another day out looking at a property. Not a principal place for residence, but an investment property. Tell us what you thought of the last one.
On initial walking through, you know, in the first 30 seconds, 1 minute, yeah, nice. Comes across like it's a nicely renovated property. On closer looking, no, not so. Not so at all. There was lots of issues with that property, lots of renovations that have been cut corners. I'd almost go out as far as saying that they've either done like a renovator's course or watched too many episodes of The Block and done this really fast, and there's some major issues in that property.
What's the room that concerns you the most?
There's probably two rooms that concern me the most. I think that garage conversion floor with that really slanting floor there that sort of you felt like you're falling down a hill. The other one is the kitchen. And then with that kitchen, probably more so towards that skylight, towards the top, and looking at the cross beams that are going through the roof that have all been hacked into and cut and changed. Now, is that putting structural issues on the whole house and, and compromising integrity? I don't know. It's up to a building inspector to have a real good look at that. But and how pokey the kitchen was. It was almost like it was just jammed in as a last thought. So not something that sort of took my fancy.
Was there anything that you could have done, that you could do to that property that you think may redeem it or improve it as an investment property?
Looking at that property sort of is there any opportunity to value add? For me, no. This is a house that I would just walk away from. They've spent the money and it will sell and a family will move into it or an investor will buy it and will rent out. They will find the issues later on down the track. They will become apparent. But for me, there was just too many things wrong. Too much money would have to go back into fixing this and there could be a lot of underlying issues that could be exposed once you start digging.
Todd, appreciate your insight as always.
Cheers, Andy.